Question number 4, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This question is to the Minister of Immigration and asks, does he believe Immigration New Zealand has the required level of resources to uphold the immigration laws of this country?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Yes, I am satisfied that Immigration New Zealand is adequately resourced to do the job, but I'm not only interested in the quantum of those resources, but also their smart use. And one good example is of policies that have dramatically reduced the number of overstayers at the same time as reducing the cost of their removal. That, to me, is smart use of resources.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How many thousands of overstayers are there in this country now? And is not each one of them a breach of our immigration laws?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
The last estimate of overstayers suggests that there are 13,151 overstayers presently living in New Zealand. This is the lowest number this century, down 6.3% from last year and 33% lower than the 2005 estimate of nearly 20,000. I think that's a pretty good result.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary
Only a
question.
fool would clap 13,000.
Order. Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Lighten up.
Order. Order. I don't need an instruction from the member to lighten up. Would the member simply stand and ask a supplementary question? Otherwise,
please, Mr. Speaker.
I'll allow someone else to proceed.
I know what you're going to do. How can they possibly, that's the department, have the resources when significant immigration fraud is taking place? And just one illegal operative, Jerry Lee, claims on Campbell Live in the last 2 nights to have brought immigrants into New Zealand in circumstances that are demonstrably illegal.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this is a very important case that has been on the Immigration New Zealand radar for the last 2.5 months. These are complex issues that I'm satisfied my staff are working through very carefully, and when there are appropriate actions to take, they will be taken.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Brendan Horan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, can the Minister say in a specific case where 2 political party research officers here on work visas are summarily dismissed by that political party leader without natural justice or due process, then can the Minister give an assurance that Immigration New Zealand would still act with natural justice and due process with respect...
Order.
Sit down, Sunshine.
Order.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
First of all, Mr. Speaker, there are a number of laws that are about to be breached by way of that question. Plus, the facts are demonstrably false, as I will demonstrate if you give me a chance.
Order. Speaking to the point of order?
Well, Mr. Speaker, how was the House to know that the member asking the question was speaking about the Right Honourable Winston Peters?
That's right. And listen, the question, I am not ruling the question out of order. I'd like the member to come to the conclusion of his question. It'd be better if he didn't have to repeat the whole question. But then it's for the Minister to decide how to answer it. It's not for some other Member of Parliament to then question the validity or the accuracy of the question. Brendan Horan, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can the Minister say in a case where 2 political party research officers here on work visas are dismissed or fired by that political party leader without natural justice or due process, then can the Minister give an assurance that Immigration New Zealand would still act with natural justice and due process in respect of work visas?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse, in as far as there is ministerial responsibility.
Mr. Speaker, it would be inappropriate for me to comment on any specific cases, but where, as a point of principle, where there are matters of natural justice and fairness, where serious accusations are being levelled at an individual or individuals, it would behove anybody laying those accusations, laying charges perhaps, to have all of their facts right first before doing so, particularly when the costs of doing so might be ejection from, say, a country or a caucus.
Oh.
Question number...
No, supplementary question.
Order. Order. Supplementary question,
No,
the
that
Right
happened when I
Honourable
called
Winston
cheating.
Peters.
When I caught him
Order.
lying.
I've called the member. If he wants
Yes.
to ask a supplementary, he better get on
Yes,
with
Mr.
it.
Speaker, can I just seek leave to make a personal explanation? Can I seek leave to make a personal
The
explanation?
member can certainly seek leave to make a personal explanation. Is there any objection to that course of action? There is objection. Order. Leave for short. There is objection.
That's right, sir. Supplementary question. We'll
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston
take
Peters.
candy for baby, innit? Can I ask the Minister as to why he is not severely embarrassed at the incompetence of his department when Campbell Live can out illegal activity, but his department cannot?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, I simply reject the suggestion that they've been in any way other than professional and careful and diligent in a very complex investigation that involves not only one individual but a number of companies and individuals, and when the facts are known, they will be acted on.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Will he take a zero-tolerance policy and dismiss and prosecute any Immigration New Zealand official who is found to be involved in the corrupt practices laid out by Campbell Live this week?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, I think the member needs to be very careful again to get certain facts right before impugning the good character of the nearly 1,400 Immigration New Zealand staff working in New Zealand and around the globe. But I will say this, Immigration New Zealand has a zero-tolerance policy for the sorts of behaviour that has gone on in the past, I concede, albeit that it was under the previous Labour New Zealand First government, and I do hope doesn't carry on.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston.
Speaker, you know full well there was never a Labour New Zealand First government.
And that is fact. It is useful if the members do not refer to a past New Zealand First Labour.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Will the Minister do the right thing and resign if another immigration scam like this is uncovered under his and his officials' noses? If not, why not? Because it's going to happen.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Again, Mr. Speaker, that calls for an opinion or a prediction about the future, which I can't make. But I will say this about honourable members. When there are things that go on, for example, when someone says no when they really should no or mean yes, then there may well be grounds for resignation. I hope the member is consistent with that.
Question number 5, the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question